Hey everybody, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am super late posting this video. Life just kind of got in the way, but I participated in the June sketch challenge for the week of June 13th over with Hip Kits using the May kit, I believe this is. And so it's like kind of like this really fun circular sketch. And so I'm not sure what I was thinking when I started the page, but it didn't end up where it ended up, but that's okay. I started with this Chamel paper and I wanted to cut all these kind of chevrons out, and then I decided I was just going to cut the chevrons into little bits, as you can see I'm doing here by hand. So I'm kind of just going to go with different colors, kind of hand trimming them out versus cutting on my trimmer. And so I'm going to go with like the pink, the yellow, that kind of minty teal color, and then a bit of the navy as well. Not too much, but just a little bit. I kind of have this photo here that I took at one of the Crop and Create events back last year, actually, in Calgary. And so I decided to use that. And I'm going to use these little bits for the circle. I'm just going to kind of piece them together. They all don't quite match the direction, the same direction, the pieces of the paper there, but that's okay. Doesn't bother me. So I'm just going to trim them down. Some of them are wider than the others, so I'm just going to hand, like by eye, kind of my eye coordination, and trim those down and just kind of go in a circle. I kind of traced out that circle with that basket I had on my desk, but I'm just really using that as a guideline. I'm going to sew around all this stuff anyway, and just trying to make it all kind of work. So I'm just going to kind of space this out versus cutting another piece and then having to trim a bunch down. So I'm spacing it all out, and I'm going to stick those puppies down. And then, like I said, I am going to sew on my sewing machine, just kind of through that whole circle. So really pretty simple, kind of self-explanatory, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've noticed lately I'm doing a lot more pages with yellow in them. You can see the yellow border on this page, and so that's kind of new for me. I mean, I used to use yellow before, and then yellow was kind of one of those dead colors. People didn't really use a lot of yellow. I think it has to be the right kind of yellow, not like lemony, I guess. For me, it has to be more of like a golden kind of tone yellow, and less baby yellow, I guess, is maybe the color I'm thinking of. So I do like this one here. This one in the kit was from Crepe Paper. It's a really kind of pretty like ledger style grid paper, so it's good for a background. Actually good for a background on its own, but I covered it with white paper. And now I've just layered some paper in behind my photo, and I'm just going to put that down. And I have a whole bunch of die cut from the free exclusive die cuts from this month. And so I cut those flowers out. I think those are designed by Kim Hutchinson, who owns Hip Kits. And so I cut them out of different kinds of cardstock from that was in the kit. And did you see what I did there? I almost had the happy upside down. And I just cut the chipboard title there from Crepe Paper in half. And so I'm going to kind of stack those up together, one with foam adhesive and one just on its own. I just felt like the happy heart, one big word, just didn't kind of go. But so now I'm adding some of those pre-cut the die cuts. Those are also from Crepe Paper, and I kind of tuck those flowers in behind my photo, and I'm going to add some of these die cut ones off my silhouette in and amongst that. I really like the different colors that in the cardstock this month. Normally I'm not a big cardstock girl, but I really like the colors that were chosen to go with this month's kit. So thank you, Kim, for doing that. And so I'm just had a whole bunch I die cut to use. I intended to use them for another project, and I will, because I have a bunch left over after this page is done. But yeah, you can see I'm just layering little die cut flowers here and there on either side of my photo and the title. Really super simple. There's no kind of I guess hard and fast theory for this, but I'm making sure to fill in the top, the area around my title. And then I just have some leaves that I've cut. I think I just did this myself on my silhouette. I just put made like a bit of a, what's the one, oblong with a point at the end, leaf shape. And I'm just kind of putting two together with a glue dot, and then I'm sticking those two in and around just to make like a bit of a cluster. Really super simple. And again, the cardstock, for some weird reason, is really, I like it this month. Not that I hate cardstock, but sometimes I have a hard time with just the plain color. But yeah, fun cardstock. So now I'm trying to just go through look at all the different embellishments you get in the kit and the add-ons. So I'm just trying to figure out which ones I want to use and what I want to keep for something else. I have another project I have to do, so I'm just trying to, not overuse too much stuff. I really like those little puffy stickers by Dear Lizzie, but I wanted to use the top knot one, but just couldn't make that work. But now I'm adding in some of these are the exclusive die cuts from Hip Kits this month. And I'm just using the tiny little flowers and some of the labels here in and under my photo. Some of mine are cut a little weird, so I can't use those, but some of the smaller leaves I use to layer over top of my cardstock ones. And let's see, what else can I grab from there? There's some of the little tiny flowers there that I end up using. And then I want to save some for my other project. I have another project in mind, a really simple page, so I wanted to keep some for that as well. So just kind of tucking these in there. And sometimes this was based on a sketch. Like I said, it was the large circle kind of in the background. That's kind of the starting point for the page. I didn't really pay too much attention to the rest of it, to be perfectly honest with you. I just kind of started. When I work with the sketch, I usually look at it right away and see what kind of things I notice right away, and that's what I go with. I don't often look at the sketch again. Usually it's kind of like a quick glance. I might see a different photo placement or a different place to put my title, and then I kind of just go from there. So in this case, it was the large circle that I saw, and I just kind of went with it, I guess, from there. In hindsight, I probably should have done a little bit of watercoloring in behind all my embellishments there in the center, because it is pretty stark white right now. So that probably would have been one thing I would change on this layout, and maybe even 2 rows of those little pieces of the paper border there. So here's a close-up of the flowers and the title on my page, and overall a pretty quick and easy one thanks to a great sketch. So thanks for stopping by. Sorry I posted late, but have a good day.